getting very good, is he? Excuse me.
Oh my god!
Just a second. Yeah, thank you.
¿Por dónde tiramos? ¿Para allá o para allá? doy a ti.
No, because I did better.
Can't question.